Everyone, welcome to another Kaedim Office Hours. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Kaedim, we are an AI startup, and we turn 2D images into 3D models. So I'll be showing you how to do that with our app here, and I can show you some examples as well of generations that we've made before. So this is an example of a standard quality model that we generated with this single image. So this is our standard quality. See, it has very simple geometry. The poly count is around 16,000. So we can go ahead and start by going to our create page. This is where you'll be uploading your images to start generating your model. And recently we've started offering AAA quality models. This is available for our studio plans as well as our enterprise plans. So you'll have a lot more um, customizable settings and as well as dimensions. And the quality level will be a lot higher than what we are um, generating these three generation settings. So these models will also be fully and textured. If you are creating a game that requires this level of quality, please reach out to us. You can do so by going to our website um, and going to the pricing page. There you'll find a button to book a call with us, and we'd be more than happy to discuss your needs. But today I'll be demoing um, the standard quality generations that Kaedim offers. So let me grab a picture to start generating. So you can drag and drop any image here. You can generate a model with just one image, or you can also upload up to 6. So for these 6 images, they have to be the same object, just different views. So this kind of produces a more accurate model, especially if the front view is very different from the back view. For this one, I'll be generating this staff. So you can see that Kadum automatically removes the background for any of your images that you upload here. So there's no need to do that manually. So once you've uploaded your image, you can also choose a generation quality here on the right under generation settings. And you can click this button to see a comparison of the generation qualities. So here we have standard. This is best for lower detailed outputs. So you can see that the scales weren't produced here and the geometry is fairly simple. And then for our high quality, this is able to capture some of that detail. And then for ultra, it's able to capture all of the detail because of the maximum poly count is a lot higher than these two other generation settings. So for this one, I'll go with standard so that we can compare um, what the standard quality can give you based on this input image. And then I'll name it. And again, we are offering custom styles for our enterprise customers. So this lets you fine tune your geometry if you have an in-house art style. You can manipulate that with the 3D. So then you can set a max poly count. This is the default for the standard. We also have different defaults for high and ultra. So I'll just keep it there. Then you can select a tag if you want to be able to search through your assets easier. You can add a custom tag here. Otherwise, Kadum will also give your assets tags depending on what the input image is. And then you can also input a height. This isn't required. So if you don't input a height, it will just output a default height. So then I can start generating. And once you've hit generate, you'll see all of the different stages that your 3D model goes through before you're able to export it. And I'm just going to go through the assets page really quickly. So here on the top, we have our 3D viewer. So if you click on any of the assets on your in your library, you'll be able to get a quick preview here and compare it alongside your input image. Then on the right-hand side, you'll also see your recent activity. So all of the generations or actions you've made on your models will show up here, as well as the models that are currently processing. So if you click Edit in 3D Studio, this opens up um, the Kaedim 3D Studio, where you can use our features to further edit or customize your model. So here we have the iterate feature. Uh, this allows you to edit your models or add on to them. So you can choose either to annotate on your image and use these two pencils here, or you can annotate directly on the 3D model by um, zooming into any of the areas and clicking this camera icon to take a screenshot. Then you can go back to images and annotate on that screenshot. And once you've marked all of the areas that you want to edit, you can then describe the changes you want to make here. And if you want to add on to your models, you can also upload an image here. So, for example, if I wanted to add another um, throw pillow here, I can just upload an image of that throw pillow and encircle the area where I want that pillow to be. And this does cost one iteration or one credit per iteration. So you can specify multiple changes for each submission. So you can take as many as 6 screenshots or 5 screenshots. and 6 images, including your input image. And we also have some other automated features here, like UV unwrap. Um, this is available for specific plans only. So if you are in a plan that has access to these add-ons, um, you'll be able to activate that here. And you can submit any of your generations to unwrapping. So I can go ahead and show you how that works. And we also have generate LODs. So this is particularly helpful for if you're making a game to optimize your 3D models so that you can add them to your game. So this already started off with a lower poly count. So you can then reduce it even further by inputting your target poly count here. If I wanted 1,000, I can add that here. And you can add up to 3 LODs, and you can choose from either a value or a percentage. So if you wanted 2%, that. And then once you've inputted all of your target poly counts, you can then click, and that will start processing. You plan to add other features like rigging and animation. Yes, so we are currently in the process of adding a, an auto rigging feature. We won't be having any automatic animation features anytime soon, but if we do get enough demand for that, um, then I'm sure we'll be able to add that onto our roadmap. But currently, for the AAA models, this includes the entire pipeline for AAA game assets. So this does include rigging, PBR textures, and as well as LODs and UV unwrapping, which we already offer now. So I'm going to keep going through all of these features. We also have the merge feature. This is not an add-on, so you can use this whether you're on pay-as-you-go or on a lower tier plan. So how this works is you can select multiple meshes. You can see that currently they're separated. And once you've selected them, you can then submit to join them into a single mesh. So this is useful for if you're this is useful for texturing um, multiple meshes with the same material. So by combining them into one, it makes it easier to texture them later on. Um, and that's if you're not using our automatic texturing, which you can see here. We have 3 different styles. We have image projection, stylized, and PBR. So PBR will give you the highest detail outputs for the textures. This is an example of our PBR texturing. You can see that there's more detail in terms of the fabric texture. And this is because it includes the albedo, normal, and roughness maps. So for our image projection, these are all based on just the image texture. It only includes the uh, base color maps. So for the image projection, you can choose um, a texture for the front view and for the back view by clicking on this cube here and then choosing an image here. You can also upload by dragging and dropping the image, so you can upload a new image. For image projection, we do recommend having an orthographic view of your object. So this won't particularly be helpful for image projection just because it is in perspective view. And for stylized, this works better for perspective views like this. So this is best for more simple textures as well. So once your model has unwrapped, you'll see that here. And on the unwrapped version here in the history. So this will include all of the different versions of your model. So whenever you edit or iterate on any of your generations, it will save as a new version here. So you don't have to worry about losing your original generation. So we can see here our model, and if we open the UV unwrapping toggle, we can also see the UV map beside the 3D viewer. So this is a addition to our UI, and it just helps you kind of view the map right next to your model. You can also download this as a PNG for further texturing. And you can close that tab again by clicking the toggle switch here. And if you don't want to use any of the texturing features, you can also use our fill color feature, which um, applies colors to the different meshes of your model. So here on the right, you can also, this isn't an add-on, so you can use this on any plan or on pay-as-you-go as well. So here on the right, you can choose um, a color, and you can also choose a color effect here. So these are different materials that will be applied to the mesh. So for example, if we wanted Seattle or just matte. And again, as I mentioned earlier, all of the meshes are separated, so this makes it very easy to um, apply these different colors onto your model. You can also sample from an image. So this will default to your input image, but you can also upload additional images to sample from. So again, you click on the image to color pick a color from that image, and then you can select the meshes to convert to. And once you're done with your colors, you can then save the changes. And again, this will show up as a new version in your asset history. So if we refresh this and show history down here, we can see that we have our colored model. And we can see that our LODs are also still in queue. So while we're waiting for the LODs and the our generation, we can go through different assets in our assets page. So this is a good example of how you can edit your model using the iterate feature. So here we have the original generated um, 3D model, and this was the input image that we uploaded. And for this iteration, I wanted the blade to be sharper, as well as adding these to the handle. So here on the right, you can see the iteration image. So this will show your annotations as well as any image that you uploaded for the iteration. And then you also see the prompt that you submitted along with the images. So I added to make the points of the diagram sharper and to add the snakes on the handle. So then you can see how those edits were applied to um, our previous model. And once you've finished editing and customizing your model, you can also export it in any of these formats that we offer. So we have GLB, GLTF, OBJ, FBX. Um, I usually download textured models as FBX files. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and go into Blender and see how that model looks. And you're also able to leave feedback here. So this is especially helpful for us and for you as well, so that you um, so that you can get better outputs as we improve our our 3D generations. So please share with us your thoughts about your models. If it needs any um, if it needs any improvements, or if you're happy with it, and if you're going to end up using this 3D model in your project. You can also enable sharing here. So by clicking this toggle and copying this will take you to a viewer that only includes the show wireframe button, show dimensions, and input image. So these are safe to just share on social media or to anyone that you'd like to get feedback from. They are not downloadable models. they only show the model like this in the viewer. So I'm going to take this into Blender to show you how it looks. Give me 1 second. Um, so I'm gonna share my screen again. This time, okay, it doesn't seem to be allowing me to share my screen. Give me 1 second. And if you have any questions while I figure this out, please let me know. Yes, we did start late today. Um, okay, it doesn't seem to be allowing me to share my screen. I recently migrated to a new computer, so I made change the privacy settings. But for now, um, we can continue on with just the app, and maybe I can share a quickly run this in Blender later on. Let's check on our staff. There it is. Oh, hold on. I think I'm showing the wrong thing. Oh, wait, no. So here is the stuff that we generated. This is the input image, and this is the output. So this is on our standard quality. It has 29,000 polys. Um, and another new feature that we've added is the ability to upgrade your generation. So here you can see a drop-down menu. You can either upgrade to high or ultra. Um, Obviously, you can only upgrade to a generation setting that's or to a generation quality that's higher than the original. So here, since we generate a standard quality model, we can upgrade to either high or ultra. Um, and once you've started upgrading, you can your model will start processing again. So I can show that here. I can start upgrading it to ultra. We may not be able to show the finished result on this stream, but we'll be sure to show it in the next one. So here, um, pretty simple and straightforward. You can choose a generation setting, and you can also um, indicate where you want that detail to be most concentrated. I think I want to just upgrade the whole thing, so we can do that and click upgrade. Hi, Kunal. And we can go ahead and take a look at our original generation as well. So here we have the raw geometry. We can go ahead and try the image projection texturing on this since we did a graphic view. And for the image projection, this does work best for hard surface models like this or props. And I'm very excited to be expanding, expanding and improving our texturing as well. Um, these will currently be available just for our enterprise customers so that we can um, make the features highly customizable and so that we can fine tune these textures to be as cohesive with their style. So currently I'm using the image projection we had for a while on our in our 3D studio. This is more of like a straightforward texturing method for simpler assets like this. So someone is asking if we can generate their photos from the Google Drive. Um, try to Can you take an anime character and generate? We can start generating it now if you'd like to share an image of that in Drive. We have John on our team here with uh, to help out with that. So he'll be sending a link for that in a little bit. So here is the image projection. Um, Obviously, since we are going off of a single image, the texturing does need a little bit of editing, but we created these features to be more of a starting point for artists to be able to speed up their process. Um, So for the image projection, we highly recommend having both a front and back view for the texture images to get the best results. Do you plan to add new materials to the edit. Um, I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean adding new features to our 3D studio? If so, as I mentioned earlier, we are adding an auto rigging feature for our enterprise customers. So, along with offering AAA quality 3D character models, we are also offering an option to rig them as well so that you can immediately add them onto your game um, without any additional step. Um, so I will look in the shared drive for the images that you've uploaded, but we may not be able to show the final result today. Let's see. So we can generate this bus. And there are some restrictions on what we can generate as well. So we won't be generating any copyright material, but for the simple um, objects and vehicles, we can definitely generate those for you. So I'll start generating this bus on high and generate. Does anyone have any questions about the Kaedim map? If you um, need any guidance on how to start generating your first asset, you can click over here to our documentation, and we have very detailed guides on everything you need to know to start generating. So we have a section on creating your 3D assets, input image guidelines, as well as detailed overviews of our 3D studio and our add-ons as well. We also have a step-by-step guide on how to use our plugins. So currently we're offering plugins for Omniverse, Unity, Blender, and Unreal Engine. So if you are part of a plan that has access to these plugins, you can go through this installation guide, start using the Kaedim plugin. We also have our roadmap here. So these are what we're currently working on. So we are working on a new scene functionality where you'll be able to generate scenes instead of just single objects with Kadum. So we're very excited about this, and we're hoping to post updates soon. And we also have, if you're curious about what happens behind the scenes, we also have a how it works page here where we explain our entire pipeline, including the automated generations to this refinement step, and uh, yeah, everything you need to know about how it works. And if you're interested in setting up, I highly recommend getting a product tour. So you can find that link here, and you can book a time and date that works for you. So during this product tour, we'll be able to um, show you again how Kadum works. You can send us an image that we can then generate for you, and kind of walk you through step by step on how you can utilize Kadum to get the best outputs for your specific use case. And we do also have a Discord for support. So if you want to talk to our team directly, we do offer customer support on our Discord for those of you who are on our plan. And I think that should be it for today. I'm going to wait for to process, and once that's done, I'll send over. Uh, I'll share that on social media. So we are Kaedim 3D on all platforms. We are on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, obviously, and we also stream on Twitch. We have the same kind of stream setup on Twitch, so if you're more comfortable with that platform, you can also watch this stream there. Um, and we try and do these streams weekly as well. So hopefully I'll see you guys next week as well, and we can show the final result for this generation here. But that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for um, watching the stream and for asking questions. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.